There are few cars that can be considered truly game-changing, but the Toyota Prius is one. When Toyota launched it almost 20 years ago, it spawned a hybrid revolution. Now, in its fourth generation, it is lighter, stronger and more dynamic than the car it replaces. But has Toyota done enough to stay ahead of the competition? While still familiar Prius, the new car gets sportier styling. It is now longer and wider and overall a much more smarter looking vehicle. At the rear, sharp character lines and a coordinated LED light cluster add to the car's distinctive presence. This will appeal to Prius buyers who want to make a statement about being environmentally friendly. Inside the new Prius is more upmarket with a modern, almost space-age feel. The instrument panel is now housed in the centre of the dash and there are nice touches like the Prius logo and the aircon vents. However, some of the fittings feel a little cheap, particularly the shiny white centre console. The smaller battery is now positioned under the rear seat, which allows for extra luggage space, bringing the boot size to over 500 litres, but as a result, headroom in the back is a little tight. The Prius is now even greener than it was before. It still has the same setup of a 1.8 petrol engine and an electric motor, but Toyota have tweaked the petrol engine and they now reckon you'll get 94.1 miles to the gallon or 3 litres per 100. CO2 emissions are just 70 grams, so in Ireland you'll be paying 170 for motor tax annually. The most noticeable difference in the car is just how differently it drives. Toyota have invested in a brand new platform and as a result it feels much more agile and the steering is much more precise. Now, it's not by any means a sporty car to drive or a fun car to drive, but it is a lot more dynamic and it goes from 0 to 100 in 10.6 seconds, so it's no slouch either. Changes have also been made to the centre of gravity. It's now a lot lower and as a result when you're cornering it feels a lot more stable, and overall the changes make the car an awful lot smoother to drive and much more comfortable. The CVT gearbox has been carried over from the previous version. Now, improvements have been made on it. It doesn't drone or whine quite as badly as it used to, but it's still by no means an ideal gearbox. My second issue with this car is just the rear visibility. There is a rear camera that's offered as standard, which is great when you're parking, but even just on the road, it's quite difficult to see what's going on behind you. Prices for the new Prius start at $31,450 for the entry level, while the Prius luxury spec starts at $33,550. Standard equipment is good and includes adaptive cruise control, 15-inch alloys, front fogs, aircon, rear view camera, 7-inch multimedia touchscreen and Toyota Safety Sense. The luxury spec adds 17-inch alloys, dual zone aircon, heated front seats, wireless phone charger, blind spot monitor and rear cross traffic alert. Endorsed by celebrity A-listers, the Toyota Prius became the world's best-selling petrol-electric hybrid. But 2 decades on and the market is quite different. The Toyota Prius is no longer the only hybrid in the village. There are a host of other options to choose from, and even a frugal diesel may be considered a competitor. But that said, this is the best Prius to date. It offers more space, efficiency, refinement, and it has a much more engaging drive. So the game may have moved on, but the Toyota Prius is still the one to beat in the green car market. Geraldine Herbert for Independent.ie.